Hi, Peter Charles here, Hooked for Life Fly Fishing, and today we're going to tie the blue charm variant. Now, this is normally associated with Atlantic salmon fishing, but this particular variant is used in steelhead fishing as well. It uses fire tiger colors, and if you're a conventional angler, you'll be quite familiar with those colors. It's an effective little pattern, and it's tied in a low water style. So let's get started and see what we need to tie it. Our hook is a salmon single in a size 4. Our thread is an 8/0 in black. The body is black floss. The rib is an oval silver in small. The throat is going to be guinea in dyed blue. And we're going to be using 3 colors of bucktail, black, red, and yellow for the wing. So let's get started. I'm going to use a speed tying technique that I've shown in previous flies. It's a way to get a nice smooth body very quickly without a lot of fuss and muss. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the material to skid the thread down so I get a nice smooth body as I work everything backwards. Now we're going to stop short of the hook point because this is a low water style fly. We'll just come back with it. Next we wind on our floss body. And now we tie on our rib. One turn at the back, then bring forward. We don't want this to go too far back. Again, it's a low water style. Just check that. I don't want it as far back as the hook point. I don't want to get further than the body. That looks pretty good. Now for the wing, we start with yellow and we'll stack it. Now I will mention that my preference would not be to use bucktail. The original recipe calls for bucktail. I would prefer Arctic fox for tying on such a small wing. You can't use very much bucktail because otherwise it builds up bulk too fast. And at this length it's kind of stiff material. Unfortunately, I don't have all the colors to do it in Arctic fox. Anyway, I'll go according to the original recipe. The wing is only going to be the length of the body. Now, make sure you're on top and your wing is staying together. Yes, it is a bit tricky when you're working with such small amounts of bucktail. It isn't the easiest material to use in small quantities. Now for the red. Again, about the length of the body. Now the trick is to make sure you're showing a little bit of yellow on each side. About the same amount. I want to make sure the red is completely on top. And make your adjustments while you still have all this waste material in place. Don't go trying to adjust after you've trimmed it. See, I've pulled it out back. I've got a couple of long ones in here I'll pull out. There we go. Lock it in place. I think you can start to appreciate how Arctic fox would be easier to use in such a small quantity. Now for the black. Same as before, roughly the length of the body. You should see a little bit of yellow and red on both sides. That looks good. Okay, there's the blue charm variant. Like I said, it was not my preference to do it with bucktail. I would prefer Arctic fox. The original recipe calls for bucktail. It's a simple pattern, tied in a low water style. Be quite effective when you're dealing with low and slow conditions. And as I say, it's a pleasant looking pattern and is based on that old Atlantic blue charm. So give it a try. Cheers.